Hey, what's up guys, it's Nick with IndieOogle, and this is going to be the second method to creating buttons and doors in GameMaker. This method I don't really prefer. I prefer the other one, but one thing I should mention too is I've already covered sprites and things like that, so if you haven't watched the other method, I highly suggest you go back and watch that one first. But the first thing we want to do is open up the objects and go to the button, and let's add in an event, collision with object ball, and we'll type in this. Okay, so basically this code is fairly simple. We're setting up a with loop with ID plus 1. So basically, when the player is collisioning with the button, then it goes and executes all of this code here. And when it does, then it sets the ID, it pluses the ID by 1. And if you don't know what ID is, then I'll get to that in just a second. So basically, every time this code is executed, then the ID is incremented by 1. So this, it gets the object's name. If the object's name equals obj underscore door open, then it destroys that object. And then it goes down here to action sprite set spr underscore button 10. This is just going to set the button's sprite to the subimage 1 where it's pressed down. And I've already covered this in the previous tutorial when I was setting up the sprites. So let's get out of all of this and go to the room, and we'll add in a few things. Okay, so this part is very, very, very specific. It has to be button, door, button, door. The reason for that is everything that you place in these rooms, it has an ID. So you'll see it right down here. This is the ID of one of the object grounds that I've placed in the room. So everything has an ID. And what it's doing when you press the button, let's open up the code here. When you press the button, then it sets the ID to the next number. And if the ID of the object, if the object's ID, sorry, I can't really think right now. If the object's name is obj underscore door open, then it completely destroys that object, and then it goes up to the next ID. Now that, I don't know if I explained that very good. If I didn't, you can let me know in the comments, and I'll completely redo this tutorial and explain it better. But I'm gonna stick with that. Hopefully you understand. So basically, that's the reason that you have to do it in the order of button, door, because it's checking the ID. And the button's ID is 1000657, and the door's ID is 1000568. It's just checking the ID above the button, and if its name is object underscore door open, then it destroys it. So I'll even add in a button and a ground and then a door here, just to show it to you. Let's go ahead and minimize that stuff and run the game. Okay, if we press this, the door is destroyed. And that's because the door's ID is just one above the button. Let's go up here. It can't destroy the ground here because its name isn't obj_door open. Even though its ID is one above this button here, its name isn't the door's name, so it cannot destroy it. So basically, it's mandatory that you put it in the order of button, door, button, door, button, door. You know, if not, it is not gonna work. So that is why I prefer the other method. And with the other method, you can even press a button and make one door disappear, but another door appear then. And that would add new challenges to puzzles. But that's pretty much all there is to creating buttons and doors in GameMaker. I hope you understand. If not, just let me know, and I'll either explain it to you in the comments or completely create another tutorial and replace these and explain it try to explain it way better than this. But that's all for this, and see you next time.